Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are all doing well. So I wanted to come on here just really quick because I'm just getting prepared here because I have a animal and Reiki reading in about 40 minutes or so. But I was reflecting about something that had happened yesterday that I wanted to come on and share about that just has to do with the animals. And I think just a really beautiful example of how the animals are here to teach us, and especially how our pets are here to teach us, understanding that we've all made a contract with them. So I was out yesterday with Briar. We were out for our afternoon walk, and we were walking along, and there was a man. We were meeting, and there was a man who was walking his dog. So Briar loves other dogs, always wants to meet them. And so right away, she wants to go up and meet this dog. She loves other dogs. So they're meeting, and they're kind of, the tails are going, the tails are wagging, and the little noses are sniffing each other. And the man starts sort of, I guess, kind of like playing, trying to play with Briar. He's sort of like with his hands on her snout and kind of getting down and, all this kind of stuff. And Briar backs up and she starts barking at him. So right away, her body language backs up, starts barking at him. I can see in her eyes, she's not happy. She doesn't like this. And the man starts scolding her and telling her not to bark. And he tries again, and she's barking and she's backing up and she doesn't want that. And so he starts scolding her again, telling her not to bark. And I interjected and I said, she doesn't like that. And he still kind of, stop barking. I said, she doesn't like that. And then I said, we're just going to go and continue our walk. I hope you have enjoy your walk. But the reason I'm telling this story is because ever since we got Briar about 3 years ago, and it was probably sort of after she was 6 months, she started doing this thing where people would approach us if we're walking on the street and they would want to meet her, or people come to our house. And what she started doing in these instances is she would start barking at them. She would back up and she would bark at them. And for me, my initial reaction was I would feel so embarrassed. I would start apologizing to them. I would say, oh my gosh, I don't know why she's barking. She's a very friendly dog. I don't know why she's barking. I'm so sorry. You're not doing anything wrong. I don't know why she's doing this. And I would get really amped up because I would be embarrassed that she was barking. And so this goes on for a bit. And, at the same time, my abilities were coming online in terms of communicating with her because I'd set that intention when we got her. And so we got to that point and I asked her, why do you bark? It's so embarrassing. Why do you bark? This is me saying that to her. And she says, I don't know them. I don't know who these people are. These people need to stay back until I know them. I need to set my boundary until I know them. I don't like that. So I use my voice, is what she told me. And so what this lesson actually was from her was a lesson for me. Because she said, why don't you use your voice? There's no need to apologize for using your voice. There's no need to apologize when you set a boundary. There's no need for that. And I've talked about on here that one of my biggest challenges in this lifetime and what I've really been working on in healing over the last few years is using my voice, is creating boundaries, is speaking my truth. Because for so long I didn't do that. Why? Because I was told not to use my voice. I would get in trouble if I used my voice. I would be shunned if I used my voice. All of these things that I know so many of us can relate to. But what the beautiful thing about Briar coming into my life is she showed me, but you have a voice and use it. If you don't like something, you use your voice. You say, no, 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 that doesn't work for me. I don't feel comfortable with this. I'm going to create a boundary. I'm going to speak up and I'm going to use that voice. And this has been one of the biggest shifts for me in the last few years, but I couldn't have done it without Briar. I couldn't have done it without Briar. This is one of the lessons that she brought in for me in this lifetime. This is a big part of our soul contract. I wouldn't have started offering my readings and my sessions if she hadn't have taught me that I need to use the voice that I was given. If something doesn't feel right, if I see something that I want to do or speak about, then I do that now. But I couldn't have done that without her. And this is what is one of the most beautiful things about the animals. And especially when we have a pet, we have created with them, before they came into our life, very specific soul contracts to help. They are helping us learn lessons. They are helping us transcend. And in addition to that, we have taken on this role as their steward in this 3D reality, in this earth, in this world that we are living in. Because even though Briar has a voice through her bark, she doesn't use words like we do. And it was a responsibility for me to speak up to that man and say, she doesn't like that. She doesn't like that. I would never have said that to someone a few years ago. Never. I would, keep quiet. Don't create waves. Don't ruffle feathers. Don't put someone on the spot. Don't make someone feel uncomfortable. No, she taught me, wait a second. I don't feel comfortable. I'm going to speak up about this. And so what is so beautiful about this contract between her and I, and again, any of you out there who have pets, is there are these beautiful lessons. There are these beautiful lessons that they are bringing forth. And then we also uphold our part of the contract, where we are their stewards in this physical reality. We are their protectors. We are the ones who speak for them, for people who don't understand their language yet. We use our voice. We use our voice and we stand our ground for them. But I never would have found my voice if it wasn't for my sweet furry girl. She has brought that into existence for me in this lifetime. She has shown me that it is okay to use my voice, to use my lion voice, to use my lion roar if I need to. And always, always with that firm boundary and the understanding that there is nothing more needed than for me to be matter of fact. I don't need to yell. I don't need to become wild and, all that kind of stuff. It's just matter of fact. She doesn't like that. We'll continue on our walk. Have a nice day. But I wouldn't have gotten here and I wouldn't be where I am with my readings now if it wasn't for her. She taught me not to apologize. She taught me to be fierce in who I am. She taught me to know, to find my lion heart and to know it and breathe it and live it and grab life by everything that it has to offer. And I do this through my voice. I do this through being me. I do this through setting boundaries. I do this through knowing who I am and knowing where I want to be and where I want to go in this lifetime. And I couldn't have done it without her. This sweet, beautiful girl, this soul in a furry body who is more wise than most of us. The animals are very, very wise. So I just wanted to come on and I wanted to share that that experience in terms of my lesson and what I learned through her and how much she taught me and where I wouldn't be where I am right now without her. The animals are an untapped resource, and the potential that they hold to help us heal in this lifetime is incredible. And like I've said on here before, they're standing up and they're speaking up and they want to help us. And if you have a pet, 100% you've made a contract with them and they want to help you with healing in your life, with becoming your best self, with becoming who you are, with living and embodying your truth. It's just a matter of more of humanity becoming aware of these stewards within our midst and these wise ones who are here to show us the way. So if you ever need help or guidance in terms of connecting with your pet, whether it's to understand why they have a certain behavior, like Briar with her barking, but why they do certain things, why they have a certain behavior, how they're here to help you heal, how they're here to help you find your best self and live your truth, then it is always an honor and it's always a joy for me to connect with the animals on your behalf and be that channel and conduit to bring through their heart-centered messages. I don't have any spots available anymore for this this opening that I've done with my spots. So sometime next month, I'll announce on here when I have spots open and the number of spots available. But yes, sending love to all of the animals out there, are beautiful, wise stewards who transcend time and space. We love you.